And thank you for tuning into this episode of Historically Marked. I am Jason. This is another Route 66 episode. And I am wearing my Route 66 black shirt underneath this hoodie. I don't know if you can see it. But, yeah, it's really chilly outside. Last night it rained in this area, and so now it's like all windy. But I'm also within a 60-mile radius from Chicago, so I guess that shouldn't be no surprise. But I am in Dwight, Illinois, which is between, I guess, Pontiac and Joliet. And so this is another small town that takes a lot of pride in Route 66. And this is widely considered to be one of the most historic places in this town, the Ambler Becker gas station. I'll go ahead and show you around. Here we go. And there's some markers here too. These are obviously some old filler-up replicas. This part's not important. And wave the red, white, and blue, baby. And unfortunately, like most tourist attractions, or I'm sorry, like gift shops and whatnot, this was closed for the season. I'm assuming COVID-19 had a lot to do with that. But ironically, when I was taking photos just a few minutes ago, there was an elderly guy who pulled up and he's like, "Hey, young man, make sure you sign in the guest book and tell us where you're from. That way we'll add you to the pin board." So yeah, I mean, he definitely assumed I was a visitor, or I mean, one of those curious tourists, which I did. So that's what I did. I filled one of those babies out, got a brochure, and let me see if this works.
Welcome to Dwight, Illinois.
Here we go.
Home of the historic Ambler Becker Texaco Station. This 1932 structure is famous for being the last of the original Route 66 gasoline filling stations to cease selling fuel. We invite you to take a free pamphlet which explains the unique history of this station. It also contains additional visitor information. No trip on Route 66 would be complete without allowing some time to visit our fantastic downtown area. It is like nothing you've ever seen before. Thank you for visiting us in Dwight, Illinois. We hope you have received a lifetime of memories. Drive safely, and please, come visit us again very soon.
Well, as soon as the whole pandemic gets over, maybe I will. I forgot this is a tourist information center, so I thought he was mostly going to talk about this gas station, but apparently it's an advertisement for all things Dwight, Illinois. Here's the NRHP, and I'm just going to take a peek, and yeah, it's locked. And yeah, it's a gift shop. I really wish I could have bought some souvenirs in here, but again, you know, pandemic, COVID-19. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and take you this way. And inside there are some, and usually they keep this baby open, but yeah, apparently, well, and if you look closely, there's another Hampton Hotel Save a Landmark, and why they put it in there is beyond me. But it does, it's a historical marker, but it doesn't qualify as a real one. That's like not outside, if you know what I mean. These are the last gas pumps used on Route 66 from Illinois to California. And just remember, you know, before the whole COVID-19, I mean, Route 66 travelers from all over, they could have, they had the opportunity to come in here. Well, today I don't. But whatever, you know, it is what it is. At least I got to see the outside of it. And here's another, this is a historical marker, but it's mostly an advertisement for, you know, Dwight, which is, you know, the Amtrak station, the church, the windmill, and of course this gas station. Coming over here are the two Route 66 exhibits. So here's another Wayside exhibit. This one, of course, has shown its age. It's deteriorating. Whoopee. This does not work, but it talks about a guy who worked here when he was 14 years old. Phil Becker is his name. I'm just kind of taking you on a little. You're always welcome to stop or pause whenever. And here's another passport rubbing area. Over here is a cool looking car. And for some reason, this bench is just very intriguing because even though I'm not going to sit on it because it's wet, but this pretty much looks totally 1950s, if you ask me, or 1940s. I don't know, some decade that I wasn't even born yet in. Now we're going to go to the Experience Hub, which is right over here. I'm going to start with the back. This very much explains, you know, all the attractions here in this region. In addition to Dwight, there's those 3 that I was just in that I did videos on. And then some history with Dwight. Okay, so I don't get it. Dwight was the first traffic light south of Chicago. So is Joliet and all the other suburbs out of the question? I don't know, I'm just wondering. Oh yeah, another thing about this town, the Pioneer Gothic Church. I did read beforehand that King Edward IV, who was the future Prince of Wales, visited Dwight and worshipped there in 1860. Now that is very interesting. An English monarch, you know what I mean? Here is another passport rubbing area. And now we're gonna get to the front part where hopefully Bobby Troop can sing his Get Your Kicks song. Here we go. No. You're kidding me, right? Well, last night it rained. But like all the other Experience Hubs, it's withstood plenty of weather and all that. Alright, so I'm in another section of the town in Dwight. This used to be an Amtrak station. The newer one, much more modern one, is just down the road. But this is now the Dwight Historical Society, and there is one marker here, and I'll just go ahead and show you. It's actually in a different part of the facility, or in the area, so I'll just go ahead and walk you there. And this is actually part of downtown Dwight. That is the Public Services Complex. And this talks about the train and the train station's role here in this town, as well as Route 66. That was actually known as the Dwight Depot. I shouldn't say Amtrak station, but more technical name on that one. And I'm also going to be visiting the Keeley Institute, which is not too far from here. I took a picture of that windmill. I'll tell you something else that's interesting. I'm not really much into architecture, but that National Bank just right over there where I'm pointing to with the American flag, that was designed by Frank Lloyd Wright in 1906. Okay, little trivia. And right over here is where that English monarch worshipped at. And there's a historical marker right there. Pretty bizarre, ain't it? Thank you so much for tuning into this Route 66 episode of Historically Marked. I am Jason, signing off.